the wine we have today, folks, it is the 2023 by Wade Cabernet Sauvignon. So if you didn't really pick up on that, it is by Wade Cellars. It is by the one and only Dwayne Wade. It is very affordable, about $28.
You know what? Another label that I was like, okay, maybe. I see the calligraphy, kind of calligraphic, if you know what I mean. So,
yeah, dude, I absolutely love the label. It almost reminds me of something like a samurai would drink. You know, It's just super cool.
You know those like Zen garden guys that are like with the sand? So it looks like one of those things that they're trying to,
the rake or something. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love the logo. I gotta be honest, I fucking hate the name. The name is so dumb. Like 3 by Wade, like was he even like a big 3-point shooter? I feel like he would, kind of get in the mid range.
No, well his main number was 3. I knew that. So maybe that's why, and maybe it has to deal with his family. Does he have 3 kids? I don't know.
He might.
He might have 3, but regardless, yeah, I think he should have came up with something better.
I would have done like 2020, D Wade Cellars fadeaway Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah,
something like that.
That's cool. Euro step, if it will.
Maybe
whatever. Maybe
yeah,
like just start pulling moves out. All right, behind the back
crossover,
Cabernet.
Spin, left hand finish. I don't know. It's better than like by Wade, but it was launched in 2022, but in 2020. That's when those grapes were picked in that year. So that's why when it says it's launched in 2022, but it's 2020, it's that's for that overall confusion.
Gotcha.
Now
that's good to know.
So this whole wine project from Wade is relatively young. It started in about 2014, so just about 10 years or so. And he, I believe, did the right move, and he partnered with like a big time wine person and wine family. So he partnered with the Palmeyer family. So these cats, they make some big dick wine. So they are big in Napa. They make some serious power wines. They've been very, very reputable, and their prices go for anywhere from about $75 to about $300.
Wow,
even beyond that. So that they're like flagship wine is that 300 price point.
Nice. Okay.
They kind of specialize in wines with, like I said, a ton of power. I'm talking like He-Man power, like Thor power. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where it's
we're on board.
Got the hammer.
All right.
Like I do applaud Wade for doing this and kind of going that route of like, hey, like I might be a absolute stud and savant at my day gig, right? Of being playing ball, but I'm a total novice when it comes to this field, right? So like I'm gonna partner with someone who's done it, who does it, who knows what they're doing, and makes really well respected things. I'm not trying to throw shade, but I kind of am. It's unlike the person like a Dolly Parton who are just out there making wines that just to put their name on it, and they don't give a shit, what it tastes like.
Okay.
This isn't a money grab. This is something that
he's genuine about. Yeah, which I think at a point when you make enough money in the NBA or you make enough money and you're just doing shit because it's your hobby, because you have a passion for it, I respect that. And if you make it good at the same time and you're, more power. So
I really applaud his mission, what they're trying to, set out to do. And if you go on their site, you definitely see it. And they're striving to make the wine industry more inclusive to people of all backgrounds, which that's like, who's going to say like, no, I disagree. Like that's awesome. That's super noble. And so he started in 2014, partnered with that Palmeyer family, and they launched their first wine in 2015. Now I might need to lean on you a little bit here. He launched this wine in 2015 in China, in Shanghai and Beijing. So I'm just gonna, interesting.
Okay.
It's a verbal meme, and it might be that Brian Windhorse meme where it's like,
when he has the fingers.
Okay.
Interesting.
So it wouldn't be until 3 years later that the wines would be available for purchase in the U.S. So
just testing the market. I like it. No, he knew what he was doing.
So again, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hey, whatever strategy works for you, I think maybe we should pivot to the wine now that we've let it, as you say, pant a little bit and breathe out.
It's panting.
I'm
liking it. So, but school me a bit.
All right, this wine, this alcohol percentage is 14.5%. So
That's
this
why I'm
is
feeling right now. Like last week, last time I was feeling extra right, I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "This is not," because we had whites the week before, so I was like, "All right, well, I'm cool, I'm crisp, I can go watch TV." I was feeling a little litty, so that's
hell
three
yeah, dude.
wins.
I love when you're getting litty, man. So this wine definitely got to be careful because it is definitely got some heat to it. It's definitely powerful, a lot of alcohol in there. So as always, we'll start with the look, smell, taste, feel kind of thing. Now, look wise, again, this is the quickest part. It's definitely deep, medium ruby almost. It's not as dark as we've had before, but it's definitely something where you probably can't read through it.
Definitely can't read through it. Yeah.
No. And legs are present as well. So like I just mentioned, legs are alcohol. So the 14.5%, that's high. That's pretty
Yeah.
steep.
Very big legs, by the way. Like I'm swirling the glass now and watching the little trickles action go down it, and I'm like, okay.
There you go, man. You're nailing it. You're definitely a tier 3. So as far as that goes, I mean, smell wise, anything you're picking up initially?
Maybe some plums. I think I feel some plums in this because honestly, it's juicy, but it's you could taste it. Like what you just said, you're down in some wine. So,
dude, that's spot on. Like it's definitely like dark fruit, so it's definitely plums. What it's
plums.
not, I think this is almost more helpful. What it's not, no red fruit. I'm not getting cherry, raspberry, cranberry,
strawberries, anything.
Okay.
I don't get those bright fruits, if that makes sense. Like those sweeter fruits.
Yeah, you don't get the delicate fruits. So I get some blackberries, I get some plums. The big thing I really get is some oak, of course, some in there, but I also get a lot of like graphite, so a lot of like pencil kind of in there.
Okay.
It's almost like I go away from the fruit and I get all that.
Wow.
Yeah, so it kind of reminds me, man, like whether it's like mechanical or old school or it's like a pencil sharpener kind of thing. I get a little bit of that in there,
Yeah,
We're
definitely like a pencil case, the inside of my pencil case, because I was that kid that had the twist pencil sharpener.
and it sucked.
All these motherfuckers around me have the mechanical, just clicking down whenever their shit breaks, and I'm the one twisting it away.
You are a nerd, bro.
You could definitely smell the pencil case. Is that the smell you're talking about? The pencil case smell?
Yeah, it's probably pencil case. Like, I mean, there's some other spice in there, but it's not super prevalent. Like maybe like some thyme or rosemary even, but I don't get any I really don't get a ton of like floral notes in there at all. So it's kind of like those 3 or 4
like dried up herbs. Okay.
Yeah. I get those 4 like big notes on there on the whiff.
Okay.
Now let's go to let's go to just overall taste of the wine. Tell me what you got.
Again, I like bold flavors, and I'm tasting a lot of bold, and I don't know how to explain it, but it's more like, you know what I'm saying? My flavor.
Okay. Hey, I hear that. It's definitely we'll definitely get to feel in a second, but like it definitely is like that. Oh shit! Like here we go. Like it's turned up a little bit. So
yeah.
I get more of that plum, that blackberry. I get again that graphite, that pencil. I get a lot of like leather, but it's like it's like it's very taut in the sense. This is kind of like a good pivot to feel, which is almost always the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's bigger body. But again, it's aggressive, but it's not someone who's over the top aggressive. Like they play within their means. They play within the whistles.
I will tell you this much. From what I remember from last week, and I don't know if I liked it so much. Like that's why I'm saying it. In terms of depth, and I don't know if it's just because this is a Cab Sauv and the other one was was it a blend? I think it was a blend, right? The depth is like, hey, I'm gonna punch you in the face, and then I'm gonna punch you in the face, and then I'm gonna punch you in the face, and then. Whereas, like, the other one is like, hey, I'm going to tickle you a little bit and then, kind of jab you a little bit and then punch you in the face. So,
God, that's so good. Damn, that's so good, brother. Like, yeah, this is exactly like the straight punch coming right down your nose just all the time.
Oh, it connected. And then when you sip another, it's like, I connected again. Fuck. I gotta put my hands up. Yeah.
All right. Exactly. That's what it is. It's like, I'm getting that, like, very taut leather, like it's like a belt almost, just like going on, like it's one hole too tight where it's like, oh, it's like that belt that like your dad always talks about, whether it's literally a belt or fictitiously being like, we got to tighten the belt. No more eating out.
Yeah, no, definitely.
We got to just simmer down and tighten up. And, I want to be like clear, like this wine is not like over the top, leather or belt in your face. It's not like insane. Just relax.
Agreed.
It's kind of there. So that feeling of, that leather and the belt, when you took a sip, what did you notice? Were your cheeks really dry and really like pressed up against your teeth? Like, did you feel that puckering?
Maybe
when you took a sip? If you want to take another sip, because that's what I get, where it's like, take a big sip and immediately your cheeks are to your teeth. You want to pucker, and you know what that is? Those are tannins, big dog.
Oh, we're talking Danny Tanner in the house. Okay,
Danny Tanner in the house. Dude, that's like the fifth element right there.
Yeah, Kimmy Gibbler. All right, let's shout it out. Tannins.
So when you took that sip, did you notice the tannins? Right? Do you notice that feeling of puckering?
As you were describing it, yes, I do feel that. I'm a catcher at the plate with just
So those are your cheeks are probably super dry, right? They're just really like, ooh, like I'm about to play the trumpet or clarinet or whatever. Those are tannins. So that's power right there. Now, what you don't get, which it's not mouth-watering, because that's acidity.
Right.
Where I'm not saying this wine doesn't have acidity. It's just it's the tannins. A more tannic wine, right? They're taut, present, grippy tannins where it's like that leather where it's like, we're going one more belt loop too much. And it's like, okay.
I feel like then, correct me if I'm wrong, but this pairing well with something fatty, like would probably be the play.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of options. Definitely something big, because again, it's so, like you said, it's the same punch right down the middle, right?
Okay.
So it's not throwing the mix in, the variety over the top. It's just hitting you same one.
Yeah, I feel that. All right.
So it's very, it feels big. It's very huge, but it's not over the top big. It's almost kind of like if Shaq was a scientist, right? Where he's not, you know what I'm saying? Where he's just like, he's just a bigger, like a gentle giant. You know what I mean? Where it's not someone who's gonna rip the rim down. It's not like a bull in a china shop. It's just like a big guy or big person, maybe sitting in a chair that's a little delicate, like a director's chair.
I like that.
So
it's like, oh man, them threads better be fucking sewn tightly, because
God, I hope those screws are in tight.
We're holding it down. Yeah,
right.
Like zero in on like the micro person that's like,
exactly. Just trying to hold it together. God damn, just hope it doesn't break. Almost like a dam, almost.
Yeah.
But
Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 2 with the train. That face. I just wanted to say that face because I love bringing that shit up. His face is crazy in that scene, but
so good. Yeah, dude, God, what a pull that is. Damn, hell yeah, dude. So that's what I get with the wine. So again, the taste is kind of that fruit, but a lot more like leather and like graphite kind of.
Okay.
It feels, like I said, big, and it's very taut with like when you immediately take a sip of it, you're like, I'm sure you didn't notice it initially, but like your cheeks immediately go to your teeth and your gums.
Yeah, I can see that.
You just pucker.
All right, so you got to tell me your ATZ lineup, your appetizer, your train, your dessert lineup, because I think this is a bold wine. I want to see what you came up with in terms of that.
Well, ATZ, of course, the app. I'm going for the app to start. I'm going with like a bacon slab. Like maybe like a clothesline bacon situation. Like kind of very.
What's clothesline bacon?
So what they do is it's very like thick bacon that they put
on. And they cut it with the. Oh, I've seen that, and they fucking roll it up and shit. Oh my god.
Wait,
am I thinking of that the same thing?
We're thinking of two different things, I think.
All right.
I'm talking literally, they come out, so like it's literally on like a line, and they like have little clips of the bacon, and you just like for an appetizer, you take it and cut it, and it's like really thick, and you eat it. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about when they fucking cut meats with like twine and shit. You know what I'm saying? When they like roll it up with like herbs, and then they like, I don't know. It looks like a cinnamon roll, and then they're using a rope, and that's how they kind of keep it together. I don't know, man.
God, you're the best, dude.
I'm not a chef. I don't know shit.
Neither am I, but that's definitely
I eat
not.
Food. I don't prepare food.
That's not bacon. I mean, but hey, I know what you're talking about. You're thinking of like a porchetta or like a Ballantine or something like that. Now, I'm sure you're wondering,
Yeah.
the Trey.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
shout out Trey Young. I got to go with here. I'm going to go with a filet mignon.
Okay.
However, I also really don't like filet mignons because there's no fat, there's no richness.
Yeah. I love a filet mignon. Holy shit.
So filet I'm going to do is a filet au poivre. So that is it's a filet pretty much with a peppercorn, cognac, cream sauce. So I need a ton of flavor. I need that richness and that fat in there because, again, in my opinion, I'm sure a lot of people will also agree with me. I mean, filet has no flavor. It's just very bland.
Okay.
But for this meal with this wine, I'm going to go with a filet au poivre. You know what
Is
I'm
that
saying?
French? That's filet au poivre.
That is French.
Okay.
So for the dessert, I'm going with just a classic Esco chocolate lava cake, you know? Just put that bad boy in a little ramekin.
Ramekin? Hell yeah, dude. I love that word too. Ramekin's a dope word.
Word.
But like,
of course, undercook it, but then, you know, you
let
put
it
in
droop
there.
down a little bit. Yeah. Powdered sugar on the top. Just a little
tap,
pop.
tap, tap.
Yeah,
you know
hell
what's
yeah.
up, dude.
The
God,
sieve?
you know what's up. So that's, again, to summarize for everyone at home, ATZ, app, bacon slab, shout out Peter Luger. Trey, we're going with filet au poivre. Dessert, chocolate lava cake.
That's standard, and that sounds so perfect to me. Oh, yeah.
So with all that said, again, for folks who are listening this long, we really do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, comment, let us know what we did right and we did wrong. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
All right. Cheers, y'all.